Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Elena, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. So we all know that the number one goal of any planning system is to help you stay organized and to get things done. I just recently finished reading Getting Things Done by David Allen with Tom Academy Book Club members. And this book was such an amazing book. We got to dive into the 5 steps that he talks about in this book for your productivity and planning system. So today I wanted to talk about the 5 steps of getting things done and how you can apply it to your actual planning system. So let's go ahead and get started. Step 1 of getting things done is having a place in your planning system where you can capture things. So this is basically like your inbox section or a place in your planner where you can kind of capture all of those daily notes that are coming at you on a daily basis. Now, in the book, he talks about several ways that you can capture things. It can be with a physical in tray, a paper-based note-taking device, a digital audio note-taking device, or emails or text messages. For my inboxing technique, I like to use my daily sheets. If you've never seen my daily sheets, this is a sheet that I keep at the very front of my planner to where I can write down anything that's coming at me throughout the course of my day. So if I receive a phone call, if I need to capture any meeting notes, all of that would go on this sheet throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, I will remove this sheet and actually put it where it belongs. Now, the one thing that I would recommend about your inbox section is that it's a section that you can completely scribble scratch in, that you don't have to worry about making it pretty. Because this information is coming at you on a daily basis, you may be on the phone, and since you're getting that information in real time, you don't want to have to worry about how it looks within your planner. That's why I love using these insert sheets, because I can easily write on them throughout the course of my day and then take them out at the end of the day, and I can toss them by the end of my day. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a spot where you can capture all of the information that is coming at you on a daily basis. The second step in his book is to clarify. Now, clarification for me comes at the end of the day when I am taking the information that I have gathered on this sheet throughout the course of my day and putting it where it belongs in my planner. You guys know I have multiple sections within my planner, and since this sheet could capture any information from any one of these sections, at the end of the day, I will just basically separate it out and put it where it belongs. I would need to clarify what that information means to me and where it belongs. So this is the process of you looking at every single thing that is on your list and saying, okay, if it's an appointment, then that may need to go on my calendar. If it's meeting notes, then I may need to transfer that information into my Evernote. If it's money that I've spent for that day, then I might need to move that into my budget section. During this process, you are basically just deciding what needs to happen to that information that you have just received. Because the goal is at the end of your day to not have anything else that is left on your daily sheet, and to actually have it assigned specifically to the category that it belongs to. So after you finish step 2 and you have clarified where everything needs to go from this sheet into which section of your planner, the third thing that you're going to do is organize. So for his purposes of organization, he said there are basically 2 kinds of actions. Those things that must be done on a certain day and or at a particular time, and those that just needs to be done as soon as you can get to them. So these are things that may be around your other calendar item. So how do I organize the different things that I need to do? I use my weekly spread in order to organize everything that needs to get done, and I usually assign times to my specific to-do tasks. So if I had an idea and I added that idea to my daily sheet as something that I wanted to film, at the end of the day, I would transfer that idea of what video I wanted to film to my business section, just so that I can have it where it belongs. That's where it's clarified. And I basically list it out. I might script it even in this section as well. The third part is for me to organize. So I would come back to my weekly spread, and this would be the section where I am going to look at my entire calendar for the week, and I'm going to decide what time I'm going to film that idea that I had that's in my business section. And so that's his very first way of organizing your task in your to-do list. The second thing that he talks about when it comes down to organizing the different things that you need to do is organizing tasks that don't have a set time. So for instance, you have running to-do lists like laundry and washing clothes and doing other things that may not have a specific time that you have to do them, but you want to get them done throughout the course of your week. So his recommendation is to look at all of the things that do have a set time that you have to get them done, and then assign another time that is around those different tasks for those things that don't have a specific time. So for instance, for me with my home chores, I may do it at 7 p.m. on a Thursday because this is time that I have free and it's after all of my other scheduled events. So you want to do that with all of your tasks, all of your to-do items, all of your schedule items. You are organizing when those things are going to get done and you're planning it out in your planner. Step number 4 is to reflect. So in this section of the book, he's talking about reflecting on how to keep your system fresh and functional. In order for your brain to be able to rely on your planner, rely on your system, it must be kept up to date. So if your brain feels like it can't rely on your system, if it feels like something might be missing from your system, then you'll start to feel anxiety. You'll start to feel like your system isn't working, your planner isn't working for you, you aren't getting as much done as you possibly could be. And the biggest thing that you are doing when you are reflecting over your system is looking at what do you need to do, how often you need to do it, and ensure that it all works within your planning system. This will make sure that your brain isn't overworked or overwhelmed thinking that your system isn't working for you. So this will help so much if you have a planning routine. I have talked about my planning routine in a couple of videos. I will link my most recent video up above, but basically having a planner routine, deciding when you're going to look at your system on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on an annual basis will help you out so much when it comes to reviewing your overall system and making sure that it still works for you. I look at my system every 30 days. I will update it and make some tweaks just to make sure it is consistently working for me. So in order to make sure that your productivity system is working, make sure that you take some time out to reflect on your system and ensure that it is still working for you. I definitely would say that this is one of the top reasons that I have been able to stick with my planner for so long. It's because I'm constantly reflecting on it, constantly seeing how I can improve it and making sure that it continuously works for me. And the last step in David Allen's book, it talks about engaging. So he talks about engaging your actions to make the best choices. This is basically talking about when you need to do what particular thing. He says your actions are based on 4 things: the context, the time available, the energy available, and your priorities. So when it comes down to context, think about it this way. If you are in the waiting room at a doctor's office, you may not take a phone call at that time because it would be loud and it would disrupt everyone around you. But you could answer some emails and some text messages and get that out of the way because those actions are pretty quiet and it wouldn't disturb anyone around you. So when you're thinking through your actions, you definitely want to think about the context where you currently are and what you could possibly do while you're there. The second thing you want to think about is the time that you have available. If you have 15 minutes, then you definitely have to think about 15-minute tasks that you could possibly complete during that time. However, if you have 2 hours, then you may think about longer period tasks that you could possibly do during that same time. The third thing that you want to think about is your energy levels. So if it's a task that requires a lot of energy, you may want to do it at the beginning of the day when you have your most energy, or if you're a night owl, then you want to do it at the end of your day. And the fourth thing that you want to think about is your priorities. I like to add my top priority things in the top box here, just so that I have them and I know the top things that I want to get done for that day. But you definitely want to be thinking about the top priorities, the things that move the needle the most for you when you are planning your day. Because if you get a whole bunch of low priority tasks done, then you may not feel as accomplished as if you get one high priority task done. And you are constantly reviewing those 4 things when you are thinking about how to engage with your actions or with your to-do list or with your schedule. So guys, those are the 5 tips from Getting Things Done by David Allen and how I have applied them to my planner. I hope that you decide to pick up this book. It was a great read, one of my favorites. I definitely enjoyed it, and I definitely feel like it will bring my planning to a whole nother level. So guys, that's it for today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.